You want to turn on your video, Ninad? Okay. There is this light that is kind of jarring. Yeah. You want to turn on your video, Ninad? Okay. Why do we not have participants? Let me just see.
Is this the wrong did we send the wrong group link? Zoom link?
No.
Do you want to send an email to the people who register for this one?
We did send an email, um, and also I did send an email, and she's going to send an SMS as well. Okay, Lauren, hi there. Do you have any questions for Ninad about the AI program or anything, Lauren? What has been the the response and everything? Oh, I need to make her the moderate panelist. Only then she can speak. Yeah. Yes, Lauren, I made you the panelist. You can speak. Mhm. You can accept the panelist. Yeah, yeah. I think she accepted. Mhm. Soumya, can you send me the link? Oh yeah, we have people coming in. Yeah. So let's get started, Ninad, and we will have people. Uh,
Sure.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, we will get started, and I think people will join in. Okay, go ahead.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Ninad, and wanted to welcome you all to this awesome call. We're going to talk a lot about AI, about research in high school, about a whole bunch of things. So thanks for joining in. It's gonna be pretty fun. I'll try to keep things brief and um, please, shower us with a bunch of questions. Anything you have, we'll be more than happy to answer during this webinar. It's been a little cold out in Boston, so I'm wearing my jacket. Just to just keep everybody engaged. Just feel free to drop in the chat where you're joining from. It's always nice to see people from all over, even if you're from Pennsylvania. Gifted Gabber was founded in Pennsylvania, so a lot of our initial awesome students were from there. But since then, we've expanded in a lot of cool different states and even countries. So it's been pretty fun. So feel free to drop in the chat, where you're joining from. Uh, and we can get started. Cool. I have a little presentation here prepared. Um, and we can basically walk through it. All right, let me first open it up in a new present panel. Okay. And then I'll share my screen. Cool, cool. Yep. So this discussion is gonna be focused a little bit about on my background, what worked for me, and talking about what will work for your children, your high schoolers, and then finally talking about AI and how important AI research is, especially if you want to pursue education in computer science and a career in computer science as well. Cool. So a little bit about me. I'm Ninad. I graduated high school with 20 APs. Completed my master's at Georgia Tech in a really accelerated fashion. Ended up being graduating from high school, also being valedictorian. This is not again to not to brag. It's just to help illustrate my journey and explain really what worked for me. I also founded Gifted Gabber initially, and then handed over the reins after a few years to my mom, who's been Coach Joe, who's been doing an amazing job. Originally, Gifted Gabber was a conversation company, so we really help students with conversation and public speaking. But since then, we've really expanded and do a lot for high school students end to end. I started this company called Canary out of the UPenn Management and Technology Summer Institute with a really ambitious co-founder and support from the UPenn team. So that was awesome. Did a little bit of research in cryptocurrency in high school, which I'll definitely highlight in more detail. And also during my time at Georgia Tech, especially in my master's, I was a teaching assistant for the graduate AI course at Georgia Tech. So a little bit of experience in AI as well. Cool. So yeah, the high school research, a lot of APs, uh, really tried my best in terms of academics and graduated top of my class. One additional thing I did was hackathons for the underprivileged. I really enjoyed hackathons. I loved teaching. I loved putting my voice out there and really educating kids on fundamental topics in computer science. Then after high school, I started my college at Georgia Tech, did my bachelor's in computer science, my master's in computer science as well. During that time, did a bunch of APs, not a bunch of APs, sorry, a bunch of internships at Amazon, AWS, Moderna, and also this trucking company called JB Hunt. I currently work full time in software at Moderna. And I'll explain why I was able to do my bachelor's and master's in an accelerated fashion and how I was able to fit in all these internships. The short answer was APs. APs really helped me. And additionally, the teaching assistant job I did teaching graduate AI, or helping teach graduate AI as an assistant, helped pay for my semester tuition during my master's. So that's one really, really good perk about being a teaching assistant. Cool. So I took a bunch of APs in high school, 20. I did pretty much APs every year of my high school. The reason I did so, and I think the reason why your students, not stressing themselves out to the point of, extreme mental health issues, but pushing themselves comfortably to take APs and really higher level classes is really for two reasons. The first is college admissions. Now, within college admissions, it's really important to show academic rigor and readiness for college level work. APs are a really good way to show colleges that you have taken college level work in high school, right? What better way to show that you'll succeed in a college class by taking a similar college level course in high school? That's what APs are for. So showing academic rigor, which is, I think, pretty much baseline and a foundation for college admissions, is one of the main reasons why I think APs are so useful. Additionally, especially for state colleges, and a lot of private colleges as well, it really helps stand out in competitive admissions processes. Having good APs, having a good set of APs and performing well in those APs, shows rigor and can help you stand out as an exemplar student. The second benefit, which I feel is kind of understated, is college credit. Now, if you do well on AP exams, which are the exams, as you probably know, at the end of taking an AP course, usually 3-hour exams, graded from 1 to 5. If you don't do well in those exams, normally 4 or 5, even in some very top tier colleges, a 5, you can transfer those AP credits to skip a lot of introductory courses and fast track your degree. Now, this was kind of the coup de grace of my time in Georgia Tech. The main reason why I was able to really accelerate my time was because I took those APs in high school, right? Those APs did well in those AP exams and transferred them over to college credit. I didn't have to take a bunch of my general education courses. I could skip some science courses. I could skip the beginning English course, the calculus course, you name it, right? And because I was able to skip, I skipped those introductory courses, I could take my core courses earlier on and complete my graduate requirements earlier on as well. Both with my bachelor's, and because I completed my bachelor's quickly, I also fit in my master's within that year after. This is really good because, again, you can focus on the crux of your degree, the core classes. If you're computer science, for example, a lot of those low-level computing, some learning classes, which I took as well. You get to really focus on those. It saves a bunch of time, right? Because you can skip those general education courses and also money, right? Each semester you spend in college is money you have to give to the college, right? So college credit, I think, is really, really a good benefit of APs, and I think one that's understated. Cool, cool. So that was like the academic stuff, right? I did my APs, was able to transfer them over to college credit. I really, really enjoyed computer science. And back then, blockchain and cryptocurrency were kind of the trends. Right now, it's AI, generative AI, a lot of awesome applications within generative AI, like AI agents, all that type of stuff. Back then, when I was in high school, it was blockchain and crypto. People loved blockchain and loved crypto. They thought it was the new kind of technology, which you're seeing probably now kind of is, right? Cryptocurrency is quite ingrained in our society, and in our culture as well. So I spent a lot of time in high school going deep into crypto, going deep into blockchain, researching, reading papers, reading articles, staying up to date. I also had, I not only wrote research through the AP research program, or AP capstone specifically, through the AP research course, right, where I wrote a research paper on blockchain and cryptocurrency. I also had the good fortune of, talking to people and teaching people about blockchain. I in fact went to a library and spoke with a bunch of technology people. It was awesome, right? In fact, I do think that teaching is a really awesome way to build your knowledge, right? You can't teach without knowing stuff. So it really forces you to dig deep into a topic. And lastly, I was so crazy about crypto and Bitcoin with a friend. I bought this, Bitcoin ATM from Russia. I spray painted it orange, was going to different malls and trying to pitch to them, this Bitcoin ATM. Essentially, you put in dollars and then you get out cryptocurrency, all that type of stuff. Well, it's virtual, so you don't get it out, but it gets added to your account. So I really loved crypto and blockchain, and I spent a lot of time researching it during my time in high school. I think that research was really pivotal within my college admissions profile. I think it demonstrated my expertise, my passion in emerging technologies, my problem solving, right? You have to figure out, wade through research papers, figure out some new research, and as well as my analytical skills. Research papers are really dense, and picking up on new research involves a lot of care and intensity. So it was, I think, instrumental to my college admissions. In fact, I do even remember one of the top 20 colleges I applied to, the admissions officer came back to me after I got my decision acceptance in that college specifically, and she wrote a note and basically stated that the admissions committee really enjoyed my blockchain research, and they loved that, and they even mentioned that if you want to continue that research, or research in a similar vein within computer science, you have all the opportunities to do so at that college. So that's basically what I want to say, that I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just trying to say that it's really important. Research, I think, is really important and a good way to spend your time outside of academics within high school. I also really enjoyed the hackathons, as I mentioned. I think it was really enjoyable and I think meaningful to teach students like me about computer science, right? Whatever I knew about computer science, I really wanted to disseminate that knowledge. I remember teaching classes on JavaScript and going up and helping students learn from scratch about computer science. It's so ubiquitous that, like, I still think to this day that picking up on just some fundamental skills, some fundamental programming is really now the base, right? What you need at the lowest level to succeed in your career, even if it's not in computer science. So I wanted to impart that knowledge with students in different school districts. I think that really showed within college admissions too, by looking aside and thinking about my own journey. I think it showcased a lot of like the leadership that I wanted, that I tried to show. Um, the initiative I took in trying to help out my community through computer science learning. And I think that that nice blend of technical expertise with community impact was a key factor in my college admissions. So if you can impact communities in any way, it doesn't have to be in computer science, but if you enjoy computer science, I think it's a great outlet. Uh, do so. Do so in high school. I think it's a fantastic way to really feel that impact, and also, within college admissions, show that you're a genuine, ambitious student. Cool. So I hope that those past couple slides really push forth the necessity for showcasing your college profile beyond grades, right? You need to show that you're a research, you need to show that you're a leader, that you take initiative, you're ambitious, and you have unique talents. Those grades, right? Those A's, those B's, those C's, whatever, they don't show that, right? I really do truly think that the extracurriculars that you do, right, help color your personality for college admissions, right? An extracurricular, that 10 list of extracurriculars within the Common App isn't the only way to show your initiative and ambition, right? Your essays are really important for showing that, right? You need to show that you're a driven student who has a really clear vision about what they want to do. And that can be shown through passion projects as well, which you can write about in your supplementals and essays. So key areas for college applications, right? It's not just academics. Your essays, your extracurriculars, all that stuff really play a part in your college admissions. In fact, very heavily so, very heavily so. Now, when I think about a really standout profile, I think two things: authenticity, being a very genuine person. You don't want to lie, right? You don't want to you don't want to be you don't want to be disingenuous about what you've done, right? You really want to do that. And I think college admissions officers can really see through lies, right? If you said that you did this extracurricular and you're speaking about it in your supplementals, they can see through that, right? If you didn't actually do that. So being authentic, being genuine, enjoying your extracurricular activities and enjoying the work that you've done and really showing your ambition, I think is one clear way to showcase your profile and make it stand out. Additionally, having a clear vision, having some semblance of an idea of what you want to do in the future, uh, is quite an attractive trait that college admissions really do like, right? So you want to show that you have some semblance of next steps in your career or next steps in your life, right? Those two things, being genuine and having a clear vision as a high schooler. Now that's tough. I'm not gonna lie, that's very tough. As a high schooler, there's a really good chance that in the future you're gonna change your career, you're gonna change your life path altogether, right? And you won't know that as a high schooler, right? But having some idea and just showing your passion and your ambition, right? Having some idea about what you want to do in the future, I think is really good. Even if it changes, it's okay. Cool. So a lot like talking through my own journey, a lot of parents, a lot of students ask me how I was able to do well in academics and also achieve through extracurriculars, right? I think the first thing that really helped me, and this was a learning experience, right, was managing my time effectively. There were times where I had to prioritize studies. There were times where I had to prioritize my personal projects, my extracurriculars, and it was all about really effective time management. Particularly the time I did have, I really tried to focus and hone in on what needed to get done. If on that day I really needed to study for my calculus test, I spent 2 hours and threw away my phone, threw away all my distractions, locked my door so my parents can't come in or my brother can't come in, and studied. I truly believe that 2 hours of intense focused study beats out 4 hours of interrupted study any day of the week. So the time you do have, use it effectively, right? And focus and focus. So basically, what I'm saying is you don't have to study 24/7, right? But the time you do study, take it seriously and focus hard. I wasn't a student who didn't spend time with their friends or didn't enjoy themselves outside of school. I really had a lot of fun. I had a good group of friends. I did a bunch of stuff, a bunch of fun stuff outside of school, like eating out or playing basketball or doing whatever, playing video games with my friends. I play a lot of video games, um, and I think I was still able to push through and do well in both academics and personal growth. And the reason I did that was because that my studying, my time outside of school and extracurriculars was all really focused time, right? So as a parent, what I'll say is don't push your kids to study 24/7, right? If they have a party to go to or if they want to eat out with their friends on a Thursday or Friday night or whatever, let them, right? But the time they do have, really make sure that they are spending that time focused. And as a student, make sure that you're focused. I think that's a very key factor in your performance and kind of a big part of effective time management. Secondly, well-rounded development is really important. I see students who are wholly focused on academics, and you can learn a lot through academics, sure, but I think a lot of learning can also be done in extracurriculars, right? Find those extracurriculars, it's a long word, that align with what you want to do, right? And it becomes fun. It becomes fun. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, and be clear with your parents, right? If you be thinking, oh, this computer science stuff is not my cup of tea. I actually really enjoy law. Then do law, right? I'm not saying that you should not do stuff you don't enjoy. In fact, the time you spend outside of school on things you enjoy, it doesn't feel like time is going by, right? Or sorry, it doesn't. It feels like time is flashing by. It doesn't feel like it's a drain, right? It's a nuisance. It's a burden. If you're passionate about something, you really enjoy doing it outside of school, right? So find those extracurriculars that are passionate that you're passionate about, and you're going to see that those will align with your career goals, right? If you're really passionate about the news, if you're really passionate about politics, you can pursue economics, you can pursue pre-law, right? If you're really passionate about computer science, if you love AI, if you love that field, if you love playing around coding in Python, computer science could be in your sights, right? So when you do those type of extracurriculars that really feel like time is flying by, um, well-rounded development and stress, I think reduces quite a bit. Lastly, building resilience. Um, Mental fortitude is really important. I think it's slowly coming into the conversation how important mental health is, right? So take mental health seriously, right? If you feel like everything is too much, take a break, relax, right? It doesn't have to be a constant grind. Um, but at the same time, building resilience in the way you think, and making sure that hardships that you encounter don't affect you as much as they need to, I think is really important. Now, the way I built resilience, right, in academics and well-being was I tried to take stuff not as seriously, right? So like one bad grade, that's okay. I'll push myself to work hard, right? Building that mental fortitude, I think is really important. Um, and also being very clear and divisive and decisive about, not divisive, just decisive about when you want to spend time on academics and when you want to spend time hanging out with friends, right? Hanging out with friends, even hanging out with family too, is kind of like that reset. The time you grind, the time you push yourself in school or extracurriculars, that's hard work, right? And as a human, you need to reset. So spend that time hanging out with friends, spend that time hanging out with family, doing stuff that you really enjoy, and you'll kind of recuperate. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? And that's kind of a key step to building resilience um, is making sure you spend the time relaxing. Cool. So how did I utilize AI? How do I recommend students, high school students particularly, use AI, right? Now, AI was still popular when I was in high school, but it wasn't as popular as it was now, as it is now, right? What was popular was crypto, right? So I really capitalized on that and tried to pick up as much as I could. I also learned it in my internships, particularly Amazon, AWS, JB Hunt, also Moderna, right, where I'm working full time. If you're interested in a career in computer science and even in other fields too, finance, you name it, you need to know about AI, right? And the best way to pick up something is when it's popular and kind of in the news and very like ubiquitous across the world, which is right now for AI, by the way, and early on, right? The earlier you learn something, the earlier you pick it up, the more time you have to really master it, and you can start developing a passion early, right? So that'll help guide your career. So I think my time spending nights researching in crypto helped in those internships because the skills I gained doing that research translated well to computer science and performing, right? And I think for students now, AI is everywhere to the point where if you learn it now, there's pretty much a guarantee if you're pursuing computer science as an internship or full time, you're gonna have to use it or implement it in some way, right? My internship at Amazon, the first one I did was on a machine learning team for consumer behavior. So I had to pick up on those models, economic models. I had to pick up on machine learning. I had to pick up on machine learning pipelines, right? It didn't lose my grasp. In fact, in AWS too, the second internship, uh, I did tasks related to natural language processing, right? There is such a high chance if you're in computer science, you're going to need AI. So pick it up early on, right? High school is a fantastic time to start. Additionally, in my timing as a teaching assistant, the students who came to the course with a fundamental foundation in AI had a much better time with the course. They struggled less, right? They came in with less worry and less stress, and they performed a lot of the time quite well on those projects and on those tests. I'm not saying that the students who didn't come in, who there weren't students who came into the course knowing nothing and performed well. There definitely were, but I definitely saw that the students who came with some foundation struggled a lot less, right? It's really good to build that foundation in high school, right? Once you go into college, you're going to take courses that deal with AI, especially if you're in computer science. You're going to have to implement AI and use AI. So better learn it early, right? Better learn it early. So that's kind of the big three experiences I had that I think are key indicators of the importance of AI in high school. Cool. So switching gears, an analogy I like to make is let's say you're an F1 team. F1 is Formula One, which is a racing group at the highest division. They race super fast cars. Yeah, now your goal in Formula One is not only to race a car, it's also to build one. Right? These Formula One teams build a car from scratch, right? According to some rules and regulations that the F1 officials make, right? Your goal as an F1 team, right? Let's say I'm an F1 team, is I have to build a car and also race the car, right? And I want to win the most races. Now, if I was a race car driver only, right? How would I fare? Now, what if I was a mechanic? How would I fare? And who would win the competition? Race car Nanav, or race car driver Nanav, or mechanic Nanav? Now, I'd wager mechanic Nanav would win the race because race car driver Nanav wouldn't come to the race with anything but an axle and maybe two wheels, right? No engine, no steering wheel, right? I don't know how to build a car. Mechanic Nanav would come with a half decent car and drive around the track fairly fast. This is because race car driver Nanav can race a pre-built car quite well. But driver Nanav does not know how to build a car from scratch, right? Whereas mechanic Nanav knows how to build a car and has some good idea of how to race a car, right? Now the reason I bring this up, the reason why I'm talking about mechanics and race car drivers is because when you look at fields like AI, it's really important to be a mechanic. And by that I mean know the fundamentals, know the intricacies, know how to build AI, know how to innovate on AI and make new stuff. Because a lot of us operate as race car drivers now, right? Before this call, when I was working, uh, I was using ChatGPT, right? I use ChatGPT very often, right? I use AI very often across all the apps that I use, right? A lot of us are race car drivers right now, right? We know how to use AI, but very few of us know how to build AI, right? And if I ask race car driver Nanav, um, to build a new AI, I would be stuck. I wouldn't know how to, right? But asking mechanic Nanav would mean that I know the fundamentals, I know where improvements can be made, and I can build new horizons, right? Innovation comes from being a mechanic. It comes from knowing the intricacies, the complexities, and pushing forward, right? So in the AI, right, the AI field, be the mechanic, learn the intricacies and the complexities. And doing so in high school is a huge, huge, huge benefit. Cool. So when I look into college success and beyond, I think there's three big fundamentals, right? Or three big pillars. One is fundamentals, right? I gave you a hint there. Um, with anything you do, and this is rings true particularly for AI, you need to have the fundamentals, right? You need to know how things work at a very low level, so you can build better, right? Fundamentals, I think, are a really key pillar. Second is passion. No one found their passion for art without touching a canvas, right? By that I mean you never know, you never, never, never know if you really enjoy something, if you're passionate about it and ambitious about it, without stepping in and trying. So for AI, that means that doing research, reading the latest and greatest, understanding how AI works can help you identify whether or not it's right for you, whether or not you have a passion, right? But without doing that, you're at a loss. You don't know. It's impossible to have a clear vision of what you want to do without getting your hands dirty and trying it out, right? So passion, I think, is also a pillar for success because without passion, you'll never feel the need to push harder and innovate, right? Innovation comes from passion. And that comes to my third point, which is innovation, right? I think passion, innovation, fundamentals, they're all tied quite nicely to each other. But particularly passion and innovation are really true, right? If you're ambitious and driven about something, you'll innovate. Um, Additionally, right, within innovation, getting into the habit of breaking things, I think is a really key pillar for success, right? You want to be the type of person who looks into something, appreciates that something, appreciates the product, whether it be AI or something else, for what it is, but is constantly looking for new ways to improve, right? Getting into the habit of breaking things, of disrupting, of trying new things, of innovating, is really key to success, right? Because then you can find your niche, you can find what you're good at, and and figure out the impact you can make on this world because innovation is some amazing is really the cornerstone of impact, right? Of new impact in this world. So those are the three pillars. That brings me to the AI research program, right? Culminating in the experiences I've had, Coach Joe and the awesome team at Gifted Gabber has had, and understanding the needs of a lot of our high school students, we've developed this really tailored AI research program, right? Particularly introduction. This is for high schoolers who maybe come to the program with very little or no experience in AI and research, and come out of the program knowing a good amount about AI and a research paper and much more, right? So this is a hands-on intensive program, right? I'm not going to say it's easy for high schoolers. It's not. It's going to involve a lot of preparation and a lot of learning and being attentive. But it's a hands-on intense program designed to deepen AI knowledge and experience, particularly in research, right? Especially in research. I think high schoolers should definitely enroll, it's, and high schoolers who are interested in computer science as well to gain real world experience in AI, right? Learn from experts, which I'm gonna touch upon, and also prepare for certifications and internships, right? Certifications and internships are kind of uh, badges on a sa- on a sachet, right? They show to employers, show to whoever you want to work with. It could be a professor, it could be a company, whatever. It shows to them that you mean business and you're serious and you're knowledgeable about a topic, right? Right off the bat. So let's dive a little bit deep about what this AI research program includes. I know some parents might be interested, right? We have 10 live sessions with an AI expert and research professor who is awesome, right? We have 10 live sessions with expert creative writer. And these are really sessions designed, and you can see this. You can see the actual syllabus and modules in the link we'll share, right? But these are really tailored sessions to going from 0 to 100, both in learning about AI and writing really good research paper. Okay, writing really good research paper. Within the basic program, we also have two one-on-one sessions. So this is private sessions with the research professor, and then also two one-on-one sessions with the creative writer. And if you opt for the premium program, you'll get two more each for each of those sessions as well. So it goes four one-on-ones with the professor and four one-on-ones with the expert creative writer, right? Now the way we design this program is not so you come out of it just learning something, right? We want it to be as hands-on as possible. So we take this AI research quite seriously. We have a thesis defense. So students have to go up in front of a panel and really defend their research, right? It's very similar to what you'd expect with some other research, with some other academia research. We also have a final presentation, so that high school students have to uh, take their research and present it in front of an audience. Additionally, right, we want that the research paper that comes out of this um, to possibly be in some really good research journals, right? So we have meetings on how to publish your research and submit them to journals, right? You come out of this program, high school students come out of this program with a final research paper, right? And that's going to be reviewed by both the AI expert and the creative writer, and they really are meticulous about that, right? So that's kind of the research element. Uh, as I talked about, fundamentals are really important when you pursue success and pursue research. So we have preparation resources for the Python entry level certification. If you're not aware, Python, which is a coding language, is pretty much the go-to language for AI. So you kind of need to know AI if you want to build on it, right? And build more and learn more about AI. So we have some resources, some awesome resources there for that Python certification. We also are offering a preparation help for the AWS AI practitioner certification, which is these are both included within the AI research program, right? This AWS AI practitioner is actually a newly created certification by AI. It came out late last year, which touches upon a lot of cloud applications of AI. As you know, AWS, Amazon Web Services, is the leader and one of the leaders, but pretty much the biggest leader in cloud solutions, right? So this is a quite fundamental and important certification as well. We also are offering a gifted Gabber AI internship during that summer as well, during the summer as well. So that's a little bit about the program, right? How do you get started, right? Well, I think enrolling in the AI research program is really awesome. And I think it'll help you build a strong profile with some really practical experience in AI and AI research. How to register? Well, if I go to Gift to Gabber, go to the courses page, take me there. Cool, cool. And you'll see that the first link here is AI research for high schoolers, right? If I click on this, you'll see that this is the coming session, right? January 26th to the March 27th. You'll see a little bit more about what's included, session details. So we actually walk through here the different sessions that we've scheduled and set up. And when you select enroll now, you'll see both the basic and premium package, right? I mentioned that the premium package offers you two more one-on-one sessions with the professor and two more with the expert creative writer, right? So that's a little bit more about the course, and this is how you enroll. Go to our Gifted Gabber site. We'll put the link in the chat as well. Let me think there's one more slide I wanted to cover. Where are you? Give me 1 second. I think there you are. The link out messed up my presentation, but I'm right here. Perfect. Right? So as I showed you, you can go to that link and select AI research. As I mentioned, I think just want to reiterate this, right? You're going to come out of this program with full-on research knowledge, right? You're going to create an AI model, right? You're going to write a 4,000 plus word research paper. So it's going to be a lengthy and impactful research paper, right? This is why I'm saying this is not like uh, a flyby course. This is a very intense hands-on course. We want it to be that way because we're not in the business of courses just for courses sake, right? We want to make sure that our courses deliver immense value, right? And the way we do that is by making sure that high schoolers take this seriously and put the work in, right? Submit their research papers, write important, well-authored research papers, right? So yeah, they can take their research paper, submit it for publishing, and we provide some help there. And then, as I mentioned, those certifications, Python and AWS AI certification. Those preparation materials and resources are included within this program, right? Additionally, the Gifted Gabber AI internship, we're offering that for students who enroll in the 2025 summer. Cool. Right. So the program, as I mentioned, right, those are the prices, but we're also offering for those who join this webinar, we're also offering $200 off with the spring 2025 coupon. Um, Additionally, right, we have some more incentives and some more discounts, right? But we want to make sure we want to make sure high schoolers become knowledgeable and well prepared for AI after this program. And the way we're doing that is by offering a discount incentive on top of the $200, right? If the high school student completes their AI research paper, right, participates in the thesis defense and answers those questions, and completes the Python PCEP, the entry-level Python certification, they're going to get $100. You're going to get $100 additional off from the program, right? So after they completed the program and completed those specific requirements, you're gonna get an additional $100 off. And on top of that, right, if your student after our program, if your kid comes out of the program and completes their AWS AI practitioner, right, and gets that certification, they're going to get an additional $200 off on top of that, right? So totally, you can get upwards of $500 off, right? If you put in the coupon code, right, checkout, and your kid completes those requirements that come out of that course, right? Come out of our AI research program. Okay. And this is just a way for us, as part of Gifted Gabber, to be invested in your students' journey, right? We really want students to come out of this AI research program um, really awesome at AI and well prepared for college, right? And the way we're trying to do that is by adding these monetary incentives for parents, right? And for kids too, right? So completing the program successfully and completing those certifications are gonna earn you some additional discounts. Cool. Now, we also have some nice free material we want to share, right? How to create passion projects in high school using AI. So if you email us a Gifted Gabber with the subject line passion project, and if one of the awesome people at Gifted Gabber can drop our email in the chat as well. If you email us passion project with the subject line passion project, can share you over that unique link for the awesome course on how to create passion projects in high school. Awesome. So that's enough of me talking. Um, Now, Coach Joe, my mom and I, we're gonna answer some questions. Right.
Great job, Ninad. There is a question in the chat. It says, I plan on doing IB diploma next year and have taken five APs. Is this considered good? Also, is IB considered better than APs?
Yeah. Yeah. You can definitely hop in too. IB
Yes.
diploma is awesome. I have a lot of friends who did IB and really succeeded. It shows rigor in the same way an AP program shows rigor. So doing IB diploma is really good. Now, whether or not IB is considered better than APs is kind of up for discussion, right? One thing I will say is that APs provide better college credit transfer than IBs, from what I've seen, right? So the AP courses you do take compared to IBs often transfer a lot better, right? I primarily took APs, and Georgia Tech was very good about transferring my AP courses. Less so for IBs, right? So that's one thing to do consider. But in terms of like course rigor, IBs are plenty rigorous, right? Instead of high level, I think HL IBs are quite rigorous, right? Particularly. So
Yeah, I'm going to pitch in. So the thing is, they like IB curriculum. So if you have a mixed AP and IB, that's a wonderful combination, right? In my opinion, getting an opportunity to do that is very rare because in our school district, you either had to take APs or IB, right? And Ninath had an opportunity to go to an IB curriculum school, but he went to AP. But I like a blend, right? And also, there is nothing like IB is preferred over AP or anything. They're two different streams. Admission officers do like IB curriculum. There's because it makes students out of the box thinkers and everything. But they have two different goals or objectives, right? So AP you can easily transfer credit, but IB is not college board, so transferring credits is not easy, or there are very few schools that will transfer the high levels as well, right? But I feel like Nikki, you're in a good position to have both AP and IB curriculum, right? And of course, it's not easy for us to just answer your question. You need to be in our program so that we can look over and build a customized profile for you, right? It's we cannot just answer the question as it is because we have to look at all the components there, your program of study, what you intend on majoring, what are your goals and objectives, right? So that's where we are. Great question. Anybody has any other questions? Ninad is hard to get by, a rare commodity. So you want to ask him any specific questions? You can. I can allow you to talk as well. You can put in the questions that you have. Yeah, he closely works with us in building the curriculum and everything, but he does have his own work schedule that he has. Okay. Any questions that you have? No? Yeah. What kind of volunteering is appropriate? Okay, so it again depends on what major it is. Like I said, for computer science, we help you with that. Like when you finish our program, this is what Ninad did. He conducted hackathons for the underprivileged. He went to the Philadelphia School District, underprivileged, and conducted hackathons, right? So you can do that by joining our program. You're going to learn Python. Okay, and you are going to you can do your AWS AI certification, and we can help you run a hackathon in summer. So what you can do at that time is you have a favorite charity. You can raise money for that charity by conducting a hackathon. So you show colleges that hey, I have done something for the community. You have a church that you're part of, or any religious organization, or you have a group of people, you can conduct hackathons for them. But first thing first, you need to have that skill set to be able to contribute, right? So we are talking about mentoring, teaching others. So you need to have gone through that program, which is our program that will help you prepare for volunteering. And RW, we can help you with that, right? That's what we did over summer. So Asha Jyoti is a very good nonprofit. So we had our student who ran a hackathon for raising funds for Asha Jyoti. So we will provide you that kind of platform. But you should have finished a program, you should have finished Python, and then Ninad also helps with creating the problem for the hackathon. So we have a whole ecosystem in there. So that is the answer to your question. Yeah, I hope that helped you. Yeah. Any other questions so far? Okay. Yeah. And also, if you want to go back and watch this recording, it's available on YouTube. You don't need to worry about it. You can just go back and two exit times and watch. Yeah. So any other questions? Anybody needs a call back, we can call you back. You can privately send your phone number. If you have some specific questions, we are here. We have Lauren, we have Soumya, and myself. We will call you back. Our program starts this Sunday. We've already filled out. We only have 2 seats left. It's a very, very popular program where students work with the professor who's from UMD. They learn about AI, and we help them with the Python certification, and as well as AWS AI certification. So we are giving you 5 things. Number one, research in AI, which is the number one extracurricular activity. Number two is they get the Python certification. They create an AI model. Number three is they get their Python certification. Number four is AWS AI practitioner certification. Number five, they get a research internship in summer, in the sense they come back. Of course, they should have finished their research paper, their Python certification. They come back and they mentor other students. We assign 2 students to help finish this AI program. So you see, you get 5 different things, and also you get $500 back, cash back bonus. I mean, it can't get any better than this. Okay. So if you don't have any other questions, I'll let you guys go. I look forward to seeing you guys in our program or anywhere. I want to wish you well. Stay warm if you're in the East Coast or in the central area. Others enjoy your weather. And thank you, Ninad, for the wonderful presentation, the time that you take off in helping us and helping all the students that are out there. So I want to thank my team as well, Lauren and Samya. I'll let you guys go.